everybody, and welcome back to my channel. So today I am so excited to be doing another makeup. I feel like all I do is makeup tutorials on my channel, but I just really love kind of going outside of my comfort zone because all I ever really do is bridal makeup and simple makeup, and so I'm really excited for the upcoming fall season. I mean, it is the end of August, so it is technically still summer, and I'm actually going on vacation next weekend, so I don't want fall just yet, but going to HomeGoods and all those places, they have all the autumn stuff out already, so it gave me a little bit of inspiration to do a little bit of a fun, sexy, fall kind of inspired look. I've never done a look, I think, with like this kind of a bright orange, but I really love the way that this turned out. So I hope you guys love it as well. It does take a little bit of time. I think it took me like an hour, hour and 15 minutes plus to do this makeup look because it has to do a lot with blending. So if you guys are into doing this look, definitely check out this tutorial. I think it turned out really good. And if you guys have any ideas or inspiration of some other makeup tutorials that you want me to recreate here on my channel, please let me know in the comments down below or message me on Instagram. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. Alright guys, so for today's makeup tutorial, we're going to be using the Morphe 35O2 palette. I've had this in my room for so long and I've never used it. I've gotten so many questions and so many comments about how I would create a look with this, so we're going to go ahead and do that today. So I'm going to be using a bone shadow. There's not one in this palette, so I just used one from the Tartelette palette. So for the first shade, we're going to go in with this one all the way in the upper left. It's a really nice kind of orangey shade for a really great transition shade. So I'm going to go ahead and blend this all the way from outer corner all the way to inner corner and going in circular motions. I do bring this transition shade up a little bit closer to the brow bone than I normally would, just because we are going to be doing a bunch of shadows and a lot of blending. Next, we're going to go in with this shade right here, and I'm using my Sigma. This is the E40 brush. I'm going to go ahead and place this right into my crease, as you can see, going from outer corner, and we're going to bring this shadow all the way into the inner corner. I'm going to place this a little tiny bit lower than that transition shade that we did put down, but it is going to go up higher like the other color, as you can see me doing here. And as always, between adding colors, I always make sure that I go back with my first brush, the big fluffy one, the original one, and go ahead and just blend, as you see me doing here, all the colors together. And I do this after every single step in this look, so just know there is a lot of blending. Sorry for my email. Then we're going to go in with this shade right here with the same brush. This is a really bright, vibrant orange, as you can see. And we're just going to go ahead, as always, and layer the shadows. I'm going from outer corner all the way to inner corner. And as I add these shadows, as you guys can see, I'm just going to bring it down, you know, placing these shadows a little bit lower and a little bit lower and a little bit lower, just so that they all blend into each other nicely. And just, you know, oh my God, I love this color. It's so bright. It's so vibrant. I don't think I've ever used a color like that before. Then taking this shade, this is a really nice kind of burnt orangey color. This is going to be another layer, as you can see. Again, I'm placing this in the outer corner and making sure I place this into the inner corner of my eyelid. We are going to kind of create like a halo look because we will be putting a color in the center, but it doesn't have to be a precise halo in the sense of like making sure that there is a center part. I do kind of messily put the shadow all over, but I make sure that I do leave a section in the center where there is no shadow. Then I'm going to mix these two brown shades, and again, placing this in the outer corner, blending it into the crease. But with this brown, you want to make sure that you're really precise with it. So I'm going to put this in the outer corner and then blend it right into the crease, right into the socket of my crease. I'm not really going to blend this shadow up too high because this is going to be the start of our lid, as you can see. And like I said, I'm just placing this right into the socket of my crease and just putting it all over the lid. I just love the way that this looks. It just reminds me of fall. It's like a pumpkin. Steve's mom told me like this is like a pumpkin eye look, which I would agree with. So like I said, I'm just going to pretty much do the same thing on the other lid. And to go ahead and blend the brown into the rest of the colors a little bit more, I do go back in with another blending brush. I believe it's my MAC blending brush. And I do take a little bit of that burnt orange shade, as you will see in a second. And I'm going to put that right in between the brown and the orange. And this is just excuse me. This is just going to be another shadow, or the same shadow. And it's just going to help blend that brown into the rest of the colors so beautifully. So just go back and forth with just a little bit at a time. You don't want to kind of overpower and do too much shadow and kind of mess up the transition work, but just go a little bit and just blend those two colors together. And after that, I actually wanted to do a little bit more of a darker brown. So I do go in with the Tartelette palette with this really dark brown as you see here. And I'm just going to go ahead and place this right on top of all that brown that we did before. I love the brown in the Morphe palette, but I just felt like it blended really in with the orange. Like I really just wanted to have a statement brown. So that's why I went in with the darker brown from the Tartelette palette. Now this is where we're going to go in and do our halo. So I am taking concealer. I'm using my MAC Pro Longer concealer, and I'm just going to go ahead and place this onto the center of my lid, and also kind of creating like a cut crease with the concealer. So as you can see, I'm going to create a line right on the upper part of my crease, not going above my socket or anything like that, but as you can see, just creating a kind of a blank spot in the center. I'm then going to go in with that same burnt orange, and we're just going to go ahead and blend the concealer into the eye look. I would normally, you know, if you just put kind of a gold down on this lid, it's gonna look really beautiful, but it's gonna be a little difficult to blend. So going in with a brown and then, or orange I should say, and then adding the brown just to go ahead and just blend it into the eye look more. It just really is just so much easier than going ahead and putting the gold and then blending it all together, if that makes sense. And then for our lid shade, I'm going in with the MAC Pigment in Naked, and I'm just gonna go ahead and place this right on the concealer and then back with our blending brush to really just blend that color into the eye look. So I'm showing you guys how I do this on one eye. Just to save time, I went ahead and I did my other eye off camera, but you just want to go ahead and go back and forth and just really blend the colors together and get it to your liking. Going with a little bit of orange. If you think it needs a little bit more brown, you can go ahead and do that, but like I said, just get it to your liking. As you can see off camera, I did the other eye, and so the eyes are done. Now we're going to go ahead and put on black shadow, which is going to really help with blending the false lashes in that we put on later on. And it's also just going to give a little bit more of a smoky look to the eye. So I'm going in with the black shadow, and I'm going to take an angled brush and just place this along the lash line. And like I said, it's really going to help blend the false lashes later on. For lashes today, I'm going to go in with the Lilly lashes in Miami, which are one of my favorite lashes ever. And I'm going to go ahead and put glue on them, get them tacky. While they're getting tacky, I'm going to go ahead and start with my face. So for primer, I'm using my YSL Touche Clot Blur Primer. I'm going to go ahead and just blend that all over the face, as you can see me doing here. And then for foundation, I'm going to be using my Becca 24-Hour Ultimate Coverage Foundation. I'm using in the shade Noisette. I feel like I mispronounce that every single time, but that's the color I'm using today. I first go ahead and kind of like paint it onto my face, and then I use a crown brush, and I'm just going to go ahead and blend that color all over the rest of my face, and I do bring it down the neck just so that everything is one color and there are no lines of demarcation. Then after that, we're going to go ahead and apply the lashes because the glue is tacky at this point. So we're just going to go ahead and apply the lashes. It is a really, really fun process. So I'm just going to go ahead and kind of go through it a little bit. You guys know how to put on lashes, and so both lashes are done. Back to finishing up the face, I'm going to go in with my concealer. I'm using the LA Girl Pro Conceal in Natural. I'm just going to go ahead and apply that underneath the eyes as well as on the chin and the forehead to also highlight the rest of my face because this is a really glam look, so we want to make sure that the face is highlighted. I do blend everything out with that same brush I used to apply my foundation before, just to make life a little bit easier. For powder today, I'm actually going to change it up. I'm using my Cover FX powder. This is a translucent powder. I decided to change it up a little bit since I normally use my RCMA powder or my Laura Mercier powder. I'm going to go ahead and dust this underneath the eyes as well as on the rest of my face. And this is going to be, I love this powder. I just feel like I don't use it as much because there are, in my opinion, better ones out there, but I do like it. It's a good powder. Next, I'm going to go ahead and do my brows. So for brows, I'm actually going to go in with my Sigma Brow Duo in medium. You guys know that this is my favorite brow powder, and I'm gonna really fill in these brows. Normally I do them kind of natural, kind of light, but for today, being that we're doing such a bold eye look, I just really wanted my brows to just be on fleek, be intense. So we're just gonna go ahead and do the brows, and then bam, brows are done with the power of editing. Next, we're going to go ahead and bronze up the face, and then we're going to contour. So for bronzer, I'm using the MAC Skinfinish in Deepest Darkest, or Deep Darkest, or Deepest Dark, or whatever it's called. And I'm just going to go ahead and bronze up the face, as you can see me doing here. I'm using a crown brush, which I really do love this brush. It's a really good bronzing brush. And then to go ahead and contour and just chisel out the face a little bit more, I am going to go in with my Kat Von D Shade Light Contour Palette. I mixed those two shades, as you guys know. And we're going to go ahead and just contour the cheeks and the forehead and everything a little bit more. For blush, I'm going to use this one by MAC, and this is in the shade Coppertone. It's a really beautiful orangey, peachy blush. I really love this color because I feel like it's a soft blush, and I feel like it was perfect with this look. Like, I was going to use Peaches by MAC, but I felt like Peaches would be a little too intense. Like, of course, I want the main focus of this eye look to be, or this look to be on the eyes, and I just didn't want to have such a bold blush. I'm not a huge blush person in general, so I think that this color was absolutely perfect. For highlighter, I'm going to be using the Artist Couture Diamond Powders, and this is in the shade Illuminati. I haven't used these powders in so long, and now I realize that I am missing out, so I'm going to be using this a lot more often. Now that the face is done, we're going to go back and finish up the eye, so I'm going to take that same really burnt orangey shade, and I'm going to place this all the way from outer corner all the way to inner corner, making sure that I connect the shadow to the upper lid work that we did so that everything is one. As you can see, I dropped my brush on my face. It literally took about 5 minutes to get all that powder off. But anyway, we're going to do the same thing on the other eye with the same powder. Then taking a pencil brush by Sigma, I'm going to mix those two brown colors from the Morphe palette. And I'm going to blend this again all the way from outer corner all the way to inner corner. Mainly putting this underneath the lash line. As you can see, I'm not going as far down as I did with the orange. So just going with the browns. For the eyeliner, I'm going in with my Inglot Gel Liner in number 77, and I'm going to go ahead and apply this right into my waterline for my liner. I usually use an eyeliner, but I felt that for today, since this look was so bold and so intense, a gel liner would have been perfect with this eye look because I really, really wanted it to be black. So as you can see, I'm putting it right in the waterline. Sorry, my camera work is absolutely horrible. I'm also going to go ahead and place this on the upper waterline because I didn't want to see the gap of the waterline with my lashes and my eye look. So again, it's just another added little step that completes the look. I'm also going to go back with black, and this is going to go right on the lower lash line. It's going to kind of bring the eyeliner that I put on the waterline and blend it into the lower lash line work. So I am taking a black and just going back and forth, back and forth. You can make this as smoky as you want, but I just wanted to go ahead and apply the black right along the lower lash line, just again to smoke it out and blend everything together even better. Then we're going to go ahead for inner corner highlight, and I'm actually going to use the same Illuminati highlighter that I used on my face, just to go ahead and place this right into the inner corner. I do use a big fluffy brush just because I don't think it needs to be too precise, but just applying it right in the inner corner like that, as you can see. Then, last but not least, we're going to apply some mascara. So I'm applying a little bit to my natural lashes, not on the mink lashes, and then applying some on the lower lashes. And then your look is complete for the eyes. I really love how this turned out. So happy. For the lips, I'm going to go in with my Charlotte Tilbury lip liner in Iconic Nude. And then for lipstick, I wanted to keep it very simple and very matte. So I'm going in with the new Persona Cosmetics matte lipsticks, and this is in the shade OG, which I thought was perfect for this eye look. After that, your look is complete. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I really love the way this turned out. If you like this video, please make sure you give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!